They broke records, bones, sometimes their own, and took martial arts cinema to another level. But where are they now? Get ready to revisit 25 legendary stars from the 1970s and 1980s and find out how they're living in 2025. Can you recognize them all? Well, let's start with Hwang Jang Lee. Known as the King of Kicks, Hwang Jang Lee made his mark in classics like Drunken Master and Snake in the Eagle's Shadow. His speed and precision thrilled fans around the world throughout the 70s and 80s. Today, at 81, he lives in South Korea, retired from film, and focused on personal business ventures. Fun fact, before fame, he was a military instructor, and his real-life taekwondo skills made him one of the most feared villains in cinema. Number 24. Chang Cheh. Called the father of Kung Fu cinema, Chang Cheh revolutionized the genre in the 1970s with films like One-Armed Swordsman and Five Deadly Venoms. He launched the careers of legends such as T. Lung, David Chang, and Gordon Liu. His style, blending brutal action with loyalty and tragedy, shaped the very language of martial arts films. Chang sadly passed away in 2002 at 79, leaving behind a legacy that still inspires filmmakers and kung fu fans around the world. Cheng Pei-Pei. Known as the first queen of kung fu, Cheng Pei-Pei redefined female roles in action cinema with Come Drink With Me, 1966. Decades later, she returned to global attention as Jade Fox in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, 2000. Today, at 79, she remains active in events and tributes celebrating Asian cinema. Cheng paved the way for generations of action actresses and remains a reference point for elegance, discipline, and skill, proving that women have always had a place in martial arts. Number 22. Sho Kosugi. The man behind the 1980s ninja boom, Sho Kosugi starred in iconic films like Enter the Ninja and Revenge of the Ninja. His mix of charisma and real martial arts expertise won fans around the world. Now 77, he lives in the United States and makes occasional appearances at events and in productions. His sons, Kane and Shane Kosugi, followed in his footsteps, keeping alive the ninja tradition he helped popularize in the West. And what about this actor? Do you remember him? Mang, a member of the legendary Five Venoms. Mang shone in films like Five Deadly Venoms and Kid with the Golden Arm, known for his physical power and commanding screen presence. Now in his 70s, he still appears on TV shows and nostalgic events in Hong Kong, preserving the memory of the Shaw Brothers' golden era. Beyond cinema, Lo is a master of internal kung fu styles and trains daily, proving that passion never ages. Number 20. Philip Kwok. Part of the Venom mob, Philip Kwok, Kuo Chui, made his mark in Five Deadly Venoms and also worked as a stunt coordinator on productions like Hard Boiled. His versatility bridged the gap between classic martial arts cinema and modern action. Today, at 74, he remains active behind the scenes, training new generations of stunt performers and actors. Few know he also appeared in John Woo Presents Stranglehold, one of the first cinematic-style video games inspired by Hong Kong action films. And if you're enjoying this tribute to the kung fu stars of the 70s and 80s, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to Top Celebrities, leave a comment, and join the conversation. Now, let's move on to number 19, Kara Hui. One of the most respected actresses in Hong Kong cinema, Kara Hui shone in My Young Auntie and dozens of martial arts films. Known for blending strength and sensitivity in her characters, she continues to act and win major awards. Now 65, she appears in films and series across mainland China and Hong Kong. Her longevity and dedication to the craft make her a model of versatility and resilience in the genre. Yuen Biao, part of the legendary trio alongside Jackie Chan and Sammo Hung, Yuen Biao became famous for his incredible acrobatics in Project A and Wheels on Meals. He combined humor, speed, and technique like few others. Today, at 68, he acts less frequently and focuses on training young performers. His work as an actor and stuntman has influenced generations around the world. Number 17. David Carradine. Immortalized as Kwai Chang Caine in the TV series Kung Fu, 1972 to 1975, Carradine brought martial arts to American television, helping to popularize Shaolin philosophy in the West. He returned to the spotlight in Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill. Carradine passed away in 2009 at 72, but his influence is still deeply felt in film and TV. He is greatly missed. Michelle Yeoh. She began her career in the 1980s with films like Yes, Madam, and became one of the greatest action actresses in the world. In 2023, she made history by winning the Oscar for Everything Everywhere All at Once, becoming the first Asian woman to win the category. At 63, Michelle remains active in Hollywood and Asian cinema. Married to Jean Todt, former president of the FIA, she is a symbol of representation and longevity on screen. Number 15. Cynthia Rothrock. The Queen of Martial Arts. She was the first Western woman to achieve worldwide fame in kung fu films, starring in classics like China O'Brien and Yes, Madam. With over 70 films to her name, Cynthia is still involved in cinema and appears at martial arts events around the world. At 68, she continues to train and teach martial arts. Jimmy Wang Yu, the first kung fu movie superstar. He shone in One-Armed Swordsman and The Chinese Boxer, paving the way for Bruce Lee. Known for his intensity and distinctive style, Wang Yu helped turn the genre into a global phenomenon. He passed away in 2022 at 79, leaving behind a pioneering legacy that influenced generations of actors and directors. He also played an important role in Taiwan's film industry, helping to expand Kung Fu's global reach. Number 13. T. Lung. One of the biggest stars of Shaw Brothers, T. Lung shone in classics like The Avenging Eagle and A Better Tomorrow, showcasing his versatility in both action and drama. Now 79, he acts occasionally and is revered as one of the pillars of Hong Kong cinema. Lau Kar-leung. As a director, he created masterpieces like The 36th Chamber of Shaolin and 8-Diagram Pole Fighter. A real kung fu master, he brought authenticity and technique to the screen. He passed away in 2013 at 76. Lau directly influenced Western directors and helped transform action cinema into a respected art form worldwide. Yuen Woo-ping. One of the most influential choreographers in history, Yuen Woo-ping revolutionized fight filmmaking with works like Drunken Master, The Matrix, and Kill Bill. His vision redefined the genre and shaped Hollywood action. At 80, he remains active as a consultant and director. We're now in the top 10. Who do you think is number 1? Comment now and see if you're right at the end. Continuing with number 10, Donnie Yen. Do you remember him? The star of films like Ip Man, Donnie Yen brought realism and intensity to modern fight choreography. He began his career in the 1980s under Yuen Woo-ping's guidance and became an international star. Today, at 62, he splits his time between Asian and Hollywood productions. Donnie is also a champion of traditional martial arts and promotes Chinese culture worldwide. Now, the unforgettable Jet Li. He began his career in the late 1980s with Shaolin Temple and conquered Hollywood with films like Romeo Must Die and Hero. Now 62, Jet appears less often on screen due to health issues, but remains active in philanthropy. He founded the One Foundation, focused on humanitarian aid. Bolo Yeung. Immortalized as the fearsome Chang Lee in Bloodsport and as a villain in Enter the Dragon, Bolo Yeung was known for his physical presence and intimidating charisma. Today at 79, he lives a more private life, occasionally appearing at events and conventions. Before cinema, he was a bodybuilder and weightlifting champion. His iconic villain image made him one of the most memorable faces of martial arts cinema in the 70s and 80s. Number 7. Alexander Fu Sheng. One of Shaw Brothers' greatest stars, he headlined films like The Brave Archer and Heroes 2. Beloved for his youthful energy, his promising career was tragically cut short in 1983 at age 29 in a car accident. Despite his short career, his influence endures, and he is fondly remembered by fans. Lieh. A legendary villain in films like King Boxer, Five Fingers of Death, and his Pai-mei in Shaw Brothers classics, Lieh helped define the image of the unstoppable antagonist. Born in Indonesia and based in Hong Kong, he appeared in over 100 films throughout his career. He passed away in 2002 at 63. Number 5. Angela Mao. Known as the female Bruce Lee, Angela Mao starred in films like Hapkido and Lady Whirlwind. She also had a notable role in Enter the Dragon. Today, at 75, she lives in New York, where she spent years running a family restaurant. A pioneer for women in the genre, she left cinema some years ago, but remains a beloved figure. Sonny Chiba. The Japanese star of films like The Street Fighter, Sonny Chiba brought raw brutality and realism to the screen. His influence spanned generations and reached Hollywood, where Quentin Tarantino honored him. He passed away in 2021 at 82 from COVID-19 complications. Number 3. Gordon Liu. Known for the 36th Chamber of Shaolin and his role in Kill Bill, Gordon Liu is synonymous with discipline and authenticity. In 2011, he suffered a stroke that limited his mobility, but continued attending events and tributes. Now 70, he is respected as a master and symbol of traditional kung fu. Sammo Hung. Part of the Golden Trio with Jackie Chan and Yuen Biao, Sammo reinvented action comedy in films like Wheels on Meals and Encounters of the Spooky Kind. Now 73, despite knee issues and frequent wheelchair use, he remains active and even appeared in the 2024 film Twilight of the Warriors, Walled In. Beyond acting, he's a director, producer, and mentor, a true pillar of Hong Kong cinema. And of course, we can't forget Jackie Chan, the man who reinvented action cinema with his unique blend of martial arts, comedy, and real stunts. Films like Police Story, Drunken Master, and Rush Hour made him a global legend. Today, at 71, he's still active, mentoring young artists and participating in international productions. Every scar and broken bone, he says, is a badge of honor. Jackie is more than a star. He's a bridge between East and West, and an eternal symbol of Kung Fu in cinema. And in this video, we also include number 0, a tribute to Bruce Lee, the legend who changed everything. With Enter the Dragon, Way of the Dragon, and Fist of Fury, Bruce Lee turned Kung Fu into a global phenomenon. He died in 1973 at just 32, but his legacy only grows stronger. In 2025, new tributes continue to emerge, including statues and exhibitions. His philosophy and methods still influence athletes and filmmakers today. Bruce Lee wasn't just an actor. He was a thinker, an innovator, and a cultural icon who transcends generations. Now tell me in the comments, how many did you recognize? What was the biggest surprise on the list? Angela Mao living in New York? Or Sammo Hung still filming? Leave your top 5 in the comments. I'm leaving another amazing video for you right here in the cards. Just click to watch. It's worth it. And hey, don't forget to drink plenty of water, okay? For more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to Top Celebrities and turn on notifications. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.